This is AI Command App News for Friday, July 18th, 2026. Today, Apple takes OpenAI to court and reclaims the title of world's most valuable company. SpaceX sheds $1 trillion in value. Netflix spooks investors. And a ransomware attack stops milk production at Coca-Cola. Let's get into it. Story 1. Apple versus OpenAI. Apple filed a trade secrets lawsuit against OpenAI late last week, and the details are aggressive. The complaint alleges a pattern of misconduct reaching all the way up to OpenAI's chief hardware officer, and claims more than 400 former Apple employees now work at OpenAI. TechCrunch reports the suit could disrupt OpenAI's IPO plans, and that's the real story for investors. A listing that was expected to be among the largest in tech history now has $1 trillion legal cloud hanging over it. For business leaders, the takeaway is simpler. The AI platform war between the biggest companies on Earth has moved from talent poaching to litigation, and pricing, partnerships, and product roadmaps across the industry will feel the turbulence. Story 2. While it sues, Apple is winning the scoreboard. Apple has reclaimed the title of world's most valuable company, dethroning Nvidia after the chipmaker's long run at the top. CNBC notes Nvidia shares have underperformed this year as Wall Street rotates toward the companies powering the AI infrastructure build-out rather than the chipmakers themselves. The backdrop is a broad AI stock sell-off, with a heavy earnings stretch ahead. Alphabet, Tesla, and AMD all report soon, and Investors Business Daily flags them as the market's next big test. Adding to Apple's cash machine, the company just raised prices across its services. Apple Music individual plans jump $1 to $11.99 a month, and family plans rise $3 to $19.99. Small numbers per subscriber, billions at Apple's scale. Story 3. SpaceX. Bloomberg reports the company is set to wipe out roughly $1 trillion in market value from its June peak, with shares trading around $126, about 7% below the $135 IPO price. Reuters says short sellers have booked $8.7 billion in profit on the slide. Two business angles here. First, the Wall Street Journal reports SpaceX is in talks to supply the Pentagon with billions of dollars worth of AI computing capacity, a revenue pivot that would put it in direct competition with the big cloud providers. Second, CNBC reports the sagging stock is dampening the mood for other blockbuster IPOs. If you are watching for the OpenAI listing, this is the market it would launch into. Story 4. Netflix. The stock fell after earnings, and analysts are unusually blunt. Soft third-quarter guidance combined with reduced disclosure led CNBC to call the report a murky mosaic, and several firms cut their price targets. The lesson for every public company: in a nervous market, less transparency gets priced as bad news. Story 5. Coca-Cola has suspended U.S. production at Fairlife, its multi-billion-dollar milk brand, after a ransomware attack breached its systems. Think about that. A cyber attack just stopped physical dairy production at one of the world's largest consumer companies. Cybersecurity is no longer an IT line item. It is operational risk, and boards should treat it that way. Quick hits before we go. The FAA will let Boeing resume self-certifying 737 MAX and 787 jets as airworthy. Anthropic says Claude Fable 5 will be included in all MAX plans starting July 20th. And researchers report GPT 5.6 helped close a 30-year-old gap in convex optimization, a reminder that model capabilities are still compounding underneath all the market noise. That's your AI news for today from AI Command App from you. We'll see you tomorrow.